Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Show. NBA Thursday, got 5 games, 0 teams that are on a back-to-back, so we do have some stuff to work with here, but we still have the tanking going on, and some teams that don't really need this, as we have 2 or 3 games left for most of the squads going. I've got 4 or 5 looks for you, one that I already have down on the card this morning, and then a few that I'm still waiting on a little bit more news before I do get into those bets. So going to go through that with you, go through how we did yesterday, give you guys a chance to jump in the VIP as always. So if that all sounds good, give this video a like. Let's get right into it. 4 and 5, so lost a half a unit there because we only put about a third of a unit on the triple-double for Luka, but that is minus 0.5 units, 37.2. This is sort of a no blood drawn kind of day, so we'll take it. Honestly, like, we'll move forward here. Feeling pretty good about the slate on Thursday, but quick look at how we did here. 8 of them were deserved. I would say 1 of them was undeserved. You see the hooks that I have in there on the losses. Like, hooks happen on both sides. I'm not one to sit here and complain until they get out of control. This was a 2-hook day, so we won't complain too much, but every one of the overs except for Anthony Davis flew over. Flip had 30 points. MPJ had in the mid-20s. Keon Ellis ended with 20, and then Anthony Davis had 11 boards, but he got us the plus money bet there. So felt good about all 4 of those, in really good spots for all 4 of those guys. Anthony Davis, I will say, we need to monitor the rebounds. I gave him a little bit of a bump because he's playing the Lakers. Thought he would really come and bring it. Didn't bring it on offense. Brought it on the boards enough to get us 11, but I don't think the rebound chances are going to be there for him as much when he's playing the 4 on Dallas instead of the 5 like he was in LA, right? So I think we got to bump him down on the expectations about his rebounds just a tad, because I actually had him for 12 in this game. He ended with 11. We'll see what happens moving forward, but we're not going to be betting too many over 10.5 boards for AD. Alex Sarr, I guess we just got to bet him in the first quarter, man, because he had 8 in the first quarter, and he has done this consistently this season, and he just disappears from the game afterwards. I will say he had a horrible shooting night in general, didn't really make much in the second half, had 2 more shots go up that he made after the first quarter. Other than that, I think he was like 2 for 10 after that point in the game. Can't really project him to shoot 20% against the league's bottom 3 defense in Philly. On the other side of the ball for Jared Butler with that hook, I mean, bro had like 11 points at the half. So this one hurts, man. Like, when we get there, when we get 90% of the way there in the first half, and then we don't get there, and he had the shots, he shot like 30% from the field. That one hurt. Those both really hurt. Luka Doncic triple-double. We just sprinkled on that one because we just really wanted to not miss out on anything. Guess it was the 40 points. I'm not too worried about it. That's why it was only a third of a unit. Luke Cornett's big for nothing ass, man. I don't even know what you're doing out there if you have 2 boards in 16 minutes and your whole entire job is to be 7'2" at the rim and you can't even get boards there. Done with him. I don't know why we bet on him. He can't really get double-digit boards. I've never seen such a waste of 7'3" as far as rebounding goes. But Jokic, not a waste, just only got 12. Had the triple-double, had a great game, only got 12. I believe he had about 21 rebound chances. I would take that again. If you told me he was going to have 21 rebound chances against this SAC team, whenever he plays Domas, he gets boards because he doesn't go chase Domas out to the 3-point line. It's a big reason why we took him. He didn't cash. Only 1 undeserved. I'm giving it to Jared Butler. Congrats, my man. Like, that one was not on me. The rest of them, we'll take the L's there. But do want to remind you, if you want to jump in, the opportunity in the free month here, still available for you guys. If you want to jump in, use code LYB and sign up for any of these books that you see. They're scrolling underneath, and they're also listed in the description of the video there. So there's links to them in there. If you want to use that code LYB, sign up for those books, get all your free money, and then just go ahead and send me a quick screenshot showing me that you did that, and I'll get you a free month in the VIP here. A little scratch your back, you scratch mine. It's at JL Boogie on Twitter or Discord. Be happy to get back to you guys there and give you that month in the VIP. But let's go ahead and jump into everything we've got here for Thursday. As always, going to be using Props Madness here on the show. Number 1 sports betting research tool for all things hoops. Definitely a one-stop shop, man. This is a huge time saver, and it actually has a bunch of stuff that you're not going to find in any other spot here online. I will say the thing that I really love, too, is we just added last 15 here on the site, so you can start to look at things as far as the last 15 games go. You can look at the rankings for teams now in their last 50 games. So, for example, Cade is going up against the Knicks. In the last 15 games, the Knicks are 30th against the pick-and-roll ball handler. They're 4th limiting free throws, 15th in transition defense. This is huge because now we can see some more recency stuff. It's not all just season long. So if you do want to jump in on Props Madness, use code LYB. That'll get you, you can get a free week trial with it. It'll also get you 25% off on your first month. So we're going to go ahead and dive into everything here for this Knicks and Pistons game as much as we can. And where I want to start here, I want to go down to Cap because we know we've got a couple guys that are obviously very important for the Knicks that are going to be out today. We're going to have no Josh Hart. We're going to have no OG Anunoby. So we got to look at some other guys here. And the Knicks still want to win this game. I will say, like the Pacers, They could technically, I believe, overtake them because the Knicks lost to the Celtics, right? Yeah, so the Knicks are still holding on to third place with a nice lead, but they need a win. Just get a win and you're good to go. Detroit, I mean, they're pretty much locked in sixth. They are going to have Cade Cunningham in this game, but reason I'm starting with Cat is I think the dimes with the plus money here for three of them is a little bit crazy that we're getting three for plus money at such a good rate here. If you look at him on the season, there's a couple things we want to look at with Cat. Let's just start with games without just Josh Hart, because OG isn't much of an assister. He doesn't really take up much of those props, right? He's not getting too many dimes. But for Cat, without Josh Hart, 3 games. This one will give him the benefit of the doubt, like 9 potentials for 6. It was against Minnesota. He went bananas in that game because he was playing his old team. Against the Bulls, he only had 2 dimes, 5 potentials. I would still take him to get 3 if you told me he had 5 potentials coming, even against Detroit. And then here, we only have 3 potential assists, but 4 total assists. That one was also without Hart, but against the Cavs, right? The thing about the Pistons here, as we hover over them, you can see D rank versus position. They're dead last, limiting assists to the center position. Jalen Duren, very good at playing that drop defense, so you're not going to get much against them at the rim. But if you are a center who can play a little bit further from the rim, you can probably get assists, and you can also get threes. And if you look at him head-to-head in this matchup, he's played them twice this season. 7 potentials in this one for 7 dimes, 7 potentials for 3 dimes. If he's getting 7 potentials and you're giving me over 2.5 assists for plus money, I got to take it. I can't guarantee you he's getting 7 potentials. I'm not saying that, but I am saying I think 5 should be the floor for him in the amount of time that he's going to play. Without both those guys, he gets a little bit of a bump on the season as a whole. When he's playing with Josh Hart off court and OG Anunoby off court, right? He's on the floor, but they are not. He's actually at about 3.8 assists per 36 minutes. So really good numbers for him when he plays without Hart and OG as well. But either way, this is a good matchup. So you combine all those things with the plus money for 3 assists, and this is going to be something that I just couldn't pass up. I did want to mention before we move too far past the Cavs and the Pacers, don't have anything for this one now, but there's some interesting stuff here with Jared Allen, because Jared Allen is the only starter that is not out in this game. Strus, Mobley, Garland, Mitchell, all 4 of those guys are out here for the Cavs. But with Jared Allen, he's not out. Why is that? Jared Allen is going for a streak of playing in every game this season. He wants to play in all 82. And as a result, he's just going to come in and get a few minutes in a game that does not matter at all, because the Cavs have this first seed clinched up in the East. It doesn't matter, right? So Jared Allen is only out there for the few minutes that he's going to be out there. That's why he's at 9.5 points on his prop. His rebounds are at 6.5. His assists are at 2.5. I'm pretty inclined to take the under on all of it and just say he's only going to play probably like 15-ish minutes in this game. And if you have him for 15 to 20 minutes, then you really shouldn't have him for much more. So waiting on some more news if I can confirm that this is the case. But if you take Jared Allen's minutes and just cap them at 20 minutes, right? He has gone over in 2 of these 5 games against decent teams, I will say. Just not sure how involved he's really going to be in a game that does not matter against this Pacers squad, who will be trying a decent amount. And I think Jared Allen comes off the floor pretty quick so that he just make sure that he avoids injury in a meaningless minutes that he's going to have on the floor. As we get into this other kind of poo-poo game here, we got the Pellies and the Bucks, but go ahead and give the video a like. If this is helping you out at all, much appreciated there. Hoping to go live today too. Just going to drop that little nugget for those of y'all paying attention. Hope to see you guys on the live show, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. But looking at this Pellies and Bucks game, I do have a bet down on the card in this one, and it is Ryan Rollins. I took Ryan Rollins for 10 plus points already. I really was already looking at Ryan Rollins, and then news came out that Giannis is a late questionable add to the injury report. So what I'm looking at with Rollins here is nobody else is left. If Giannis does play, all right, he's still playing with Giannis, but let's give him the minutes here. There's no way that we can put him at less than 28 minutes. He's going to be the starting point guard. And without Giannis let's say if Giannis plays, I still see Ryan Rollins getting a lot more minutes than Giannis. Like I would put Giannis at about 28, max 30. Ryan Rollins should be at a floor of 28 minutes in this game. So let's give him that floor of, let's even give it to him at 26 minutes, right? And just say, well, what happens when he plays at least 26 minutes? He's at 12 points per game. He's over the 8.5 number that we have here in 8 of the 11 games. And a bunch of those are with Giannis, right? Like most of these are actually with Giannis, other than the last time that they played the Pellies, who is who they're playing tonight, right? And if you hover over the Pelicans and what they're good at on defense, the answer is absolutely nothing. They are bottom 5 in every conceivable metric when it comes to defense. They have not been trying for a while now. So that's going to be the case here. Bucks still, they want to win. I mean, they're pretty much locked into the 5 seed, so it's not like it's going to be that big of a deal. But guys like Ryan Rollins are going to be trying. Brolo probably still going to be out there for at least a little bit. I mean, the ageless. And then Kuz is probably a good look at the points too. But I had to take Ryan Rollins. I just hit him at the 10 plus points, right? I skipped right by the 8.5 or 7.5, went right to 10 plus. got it for plus 150, and I would play that basically down to about like even money for Ryan Rollins here. I think he's going to be good on the points in this one. So to be clear, we've got the Ryan Rollins bet down, we've got the Cat bet down, and this bet I'm looking at strongly, but I don't yet have down on the card, and that's Antonio Reeves. I do want to know a couple more things, like is Bruce Brown playing? Is Yves Missy playing? Is Jose Alvarado playing? If they are, I'm probably still good with this. I might just hit Reeves now, but I just want to do a little bit more in-depth research. But the main thing I'm looking at here is 30 minutes for Reeves. He's been playing that now for a while, and I think we just have to go back to giving that to him. Even if we put him at, like, let's say 28 minutes on the season, at least he's at 20 a game in these situations. And like we just saw him play the Bucks as well in this exact same situation. And I don't really care if Alvarado or Brown are around anymore. Guys like Antonio Reeves and even Keon Brooks are the ones getting at least 25, 32 minutes for Brooks right here. But mostly I'm worried about Antonio Reeves, right? I do want to just go ahead and hit the Antonio Reeves stuff as soon as I can. 14.5, minus 105 or minus 110. All those numbers are really good for me. It's really just about volume and who else is going to be taking the shots. And if you want to consider the threes, if you look at the minutes, right, on the threes, we look at him at, just give him at least 26. In all those games, he's hit at least 4. So really the main thing that I'm deciding between is, do I just take the threes? Do I take the threes and the points? But this is going to be an over for me today for Antonio Reeves in a really good spot against the Bucks team that's been decent on defense, but they're not going to be throwing their best A squad out there. Last look that I have here, I don't yet have it down on the card, but I am staring right at Jaren Jackson Jr. rebounds directly in the face here. 5.5, a little bit high, but we're getting the plus money. And that's what really gives me the edge here and allows me to take this bet. We've got 5.5 plus money. If you look at him against this team, that's a lot of what I'm looking at here. And look, matchups, head-to-head matchups matter. It's been a conversation and a topic of conversation on the show, on the channel, in the live show. People saying head-to-head matters. Other people telling me, don't even look at it. It doesn't matter. There's an in-between ground here. It matters, but it matters with context, right? So head-to-head here, he had 8 in this one. We didn't get the rebound chances because there was no tracking data. 18 rebound chances on 11 boards in this last one on January 20th against the Timberwolves, right? It's great. That's not enough for me to just go, well, now I'm going to bet over on Jaren Jackson Jr. But what it does do is give me a starting point to go, why is that? Why can I add some reasoning to that to understand why he might have gotten over on the rebounds and so many rebound chances against this team? And really, all I had to do is go into the matchups in the box score of these 2 games and see that he's guarding Julius Randle. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that Julius Randle's a bad rebounder or anything, but it does mean that Jaren Jackson Jr. is in a good spot on the floor to go get those rebounds, right? Because Julius Randle's playing down on the baseline or out on the sort of extended elbow and the wing area, but he's either driving to the basket or he's really like standing off ball, right? That's really Julius Randle, or he's assisting because he's doing a lot of passing, including what he's been doing against this Grizzlies team. He has a lot of assists this season because Jaren Jackson Jr. is a very good defender, and it keeps Julius Randle from being able to just bully him to the boards, which forces him to pass the ball out. So Julius Randle doing a lot more facilitating when he plays the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson Jr. in position as a result to guard the guy off ball a lot and then go get the rebound. So his rebound chance is so high, 5.5 on the boards. It's not like 5.5 is too much for him. If we do look at the games that he's played Ja Morant, and let's make sure that we give him 28 minutes at least, because I think that should be considered his floor. And in a game that both teams are trying to win a lot because they both want positioning in the playoffs here and to avoid the play-in tournament, right? Like they're going to be giving Jaren Jackson big minutes. But let's just say we play 28 minutes for him, and let's make sure we get every game that he's played this season with Ja. So he's played 34 games with Ja, 6.3 boards per game in the ones where he's at least playing 28 minutes, and he's over in 65-ish% of these games. So 5.5 plus money, something that I would project him to have a good chance to do in a good situation based on the matchup that he has on defense. Going to be looking strongly here at Jaren Jackson Jr. over on the boards. The only reason I haven't hit it yet, I'm just waiting to see if I want to play the points as well. And there's not much to stop me in terms of injury reports. So just trying to find out a couple more things, but should be able to talk about that on the live show, and we'll have that bet down for you guys in the VIP as soon as I get to it. All right, hope to see y'all on the live show, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. And remember, if you do want to go ahead and get into the VIP, use code LYB and sign up for any of the sports books that are listed in the description of the video. They're all kind of scrolling right underneath me. You can see here too. Send me that screenshot. I'll go ahead and get you guys into the VIP for a free month. If you do, just let me know that you use code LYB to sign for these books, and we'll get you in. So best of luck to everybody. And until I see y'all next, happy betting.